In the kitchen, Damon pried his arm free from Casey's hold and her eyes widened in surprise. Why did he back away? Why did he frown? Things went well, damn it! She composed herself and called sweetly. Alpha Damon, do you think I went out of line? Casey, you accuse someone of being a thief. Do you really think that my pack members need to come here and steal food? Casey pressed her lips into a line, feeling wrong. But she stood in the dark, which proved that she plotted no good. How could she see anything with the lights off? Damon took a moment to process what Casey spoke, and he realized that Casey had a point. Talia stood in the dark. The light in the kitchen stayed off, and so did the one in the hallway. The visibility approached nil. Werewolves have enhanced senses, proportional to the strength of their wolf. Casey represented a weak werewolf, and the boost her wolf provided her seemed negligible when compared to other werewolves. However, Talia moved freely in the completely dark kitchen, which she didn't know. Didn't that mean that the power her wolf gave her seemed significant? An even bigger revelation indicated that Talia had a wolf, because if her wolf had gone, she wouldn't have any boosts. Talia's healing seemed low, but if her vision appeared sharp to the point of seeing in the dark, then she definitely had a wolf. A possibility existed that her wolf seemed weak, and that's why it enhanced only her vision while other things stayed blocked. What should I do? Damon asked his wolf. If this involved facing rogues or determining a budget for the next quarter, he would know what to do. But right at that moment, Damon felt lost. His wolf didn't respond, and Damon cursed under his breath. The old guy still ignored him because he allowed things to escalate. Damon, Casey called while rubbing his forearm. He spaced out for a minute, and it made her nervous. Damon yanked his arm away. It's Alpha Damon. Don't forget that. Absolutely confused, Casey gaped at Damon as he took a big plate and placed in it the chunk of bread and the apple that Talia left behind. He looked into the fridge and grabbed some grapes and cheese and headed out of the kitchen without paying any heed to Casey. Damon took 2 steps at the time all the way to the 3rd floor and paused in front of the door of Talia's room. The lack of her scent told him that she didn't stay there, but he still knocked before entering the room. Damon placed the plate on the coffee table and tried contacting Maya on the mind link, but she seemed unavailable. Caden? Damon went to the next person. Are you with Maya? No. She felt like eating sweets and went to grab something from the kitchen. Damon exhaled in frustration. I just came from the kitchen. Do you know where she is? The response came a few seconds later. She's standing in garden. Damon told himself to calm down. After the incident in the kitchen, Talia probably needed some air, and that seemed good, because it would give him time to figure out what to say to Talia when she returned to her room. Damon couldn't leave it be and allow Talia to think that he didn't care. He couldn't tell Talia how much she meant to him, but he could tell her that Casey represented nobody. Minutes trickled slowly, and Damon switched between sitting on the sofa to bed and in between. He paced through the room. He realized that more than an hour passed. Where did Talia go? His heart ached, and it suffocated him, and he couldn't stay still. So he went to the 2nd floor and started pounding the last door on the left with his fist. Did your mind link break? Caden asked with a frown when he opened the door wearing only a bedsheet bunched around his waist. It seemed obvious that Damon interrupted something, but Damon didn't care. Is Maya here? Yes, she is, Caden responded dryly. What do you want, Alpha Damon? Maya grumbled while exaggeratedly dragging the last 2 words. Where is Talia? Damon asked while trying to make his way into the room. But Caden didn't move, and his deep frown told Damon to give up on that idea. Caden knew about the incident in the kitchen. Maya told him that Casey did her Luna act while holding on to Damon and accusing Talia of stealing food. Seeing that Damon stood on the verge of panicking, Caden enjoyed Damon's predicament. If Damon acted like an ass, he should pay for it. No matter the circumstances, Caden couldn't imagine the situation where Maya felt distress and he just watched. As an alpha, Damon's animalistic instincts, mate bond included, should seem much stronger than Caden's. And Caden had no idea how Damon managed to sit this one out and allow Cassie to disparage Talia. Caden narrowed his eyes at Damon. "You came at this hour, banging on the door. First you ask about Maya, and then about Talia, or did you start spot-checking every pack member in the middle of the night?" Maya felt frustrated with how Damon allowed Cassie to bully Talia, and she didn't want to make his life any easier, but she had a strong feeling that he wouldn't give up until he got his answers. "Talia said that she needed air, so I left her in the garden. Maybe she is still there." Damon didn't hear more than that as he dashed down. "Why did you tell him?" Caden groaned at Maya while closing the door behind him. Damon frantically sniffed the air in the garden. No hint of Frisia existed. He rubbed his face with force. This situation reminded him of the evening when he lost Talia the first time. They stood in the kitchen of the Red Moon Pack, and he acted like an ass. And she left, and he couldn't track her. The next time he saw her, she had additional injuries on her body. Damon told himself not to panic. Maybe Talia went to her room while he talked to Caden and Maya. Damon dashed back to the 3rd floor, and his stomach sank when he realized that Talia wasn't there. He went back to the kitchen only to find it empty. He checked the living room and the dining room and the entryway, and he went through all the hallways and even into the basement with the hope of picking up Talia's scent. Nothing. Eventually, he returned to her room. A whirlwind of negative emotions crashed on Damon. Anger, dejection, guilt, worry, fear. They switched so quickly and amplified each other that he couldn't breathe. And he felt caught unprepared when a gush of loneliness overtook his senses. Did she leave? Did he lose her? If she stayed in the garden, everything would turn out fine. Didn't he tell her not to go beyond the garden? What if someone kidnapped her? What if she wandered off and someone mistook her for a rogue? She already had injuries. What if she got hurt more? He felt angry at Cassie for bullying her. He felt angry at himself for letting it happen. He felt angry at Talia for leaving. But she couldn't leave. Not yet. His territory was huge, so even if she ran, she would still be within the borders. "I want extra patrols around the border," Damon shouted into the mind link of warriors. "Search for a woman wearing a blue t-shirt and black bottom. She is in her human form. The woman doesn't represent an enemy, however, she might feel frightened. When you spot her, don't engage and notify me immediately." Damon could feel the commotion of his warriors stirring into action. They did this many times whenever they had rogues attacking. With this, he had extra eyes and paws searching for Talia, and he told them that she didn't represent an enemy, so they wouldn't attack. Damon wanted to go after Talia, but he didn't know which way she went. What if he took the wrong direction? What if she came back and he didn't stay here? Damon sat on the bed and grabbed the pillow on which Talia slept. He buried his face in it and took deep breaths, inhaling the lingering citrusy sweet scent of Frisia. The scent calmed him a little, but it also reminded him of the woman that went missing. And this didn't represent any woman. This represented his mate. Damon couldn't believe that this happened. He didn't want a mate. He didn't want to meet her or acknowledge her. He hoped that all these foreign feelings would disappear, and he contemplated leaving Talia at the Red Moon Pack and forgetting about her. Damon took the plunge and brought her with him, risking the exposure and endangering his pack because he couldn't leave her behind. Not like that. He decided to keep her close and safe, to feed her and buy her clothes and give her whatever she wanted. But he messed up, and now she went missing, and he stood on the verge of losing his mind. She was somewhere out there, in the cold, hungry, hurt, scared, and it represented his fault. "Damn it," Damon cursed loudly.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.